rebellion and hate and violence and Satanism and drugs was my life. That's what I lived. And that's what I was striving for. Basically, leadership positions in hell.
David Reed of Eastern Shore, Virginia was a Satanist, and his interest in the dark side of the occult began when he was a young boy.
Well, it started early for me, reading comic books. Matter of fact, different kind of comic books, studying about mythology, and as I studied mythology, I found a liking to the darker side of it, and started studying demonology, and then actually went into devil worship.
As a teenager, David's devotion to Satan grew to such an extreme, he began to physically abuse his own body for Satan.
The giving of yourself is the ultimate in religion. You know, if you're a Christian, you give yourself fully to God. You're a living sacrifice, and I had that same attitude towards Satan. So I would do blood rituals. I would take and I would carve pentagrams or upside down stars into my chest, upside down crosses, and even etched infernal names of Satan into my chest and on my arms and things.
Amazingly, David said the scars would disappear in a matter of days. He also invoked demons to give him power.
And there's black miracles and incantations of destruction and incantations of lust and things that that you literally call upon the forces of hell. I used to love to fight, always fighting all the time. And if I would put myself in situations to be in a fight, and I would call upon this satanic power, this demonic influence that would actually give me, I don't know how to describe it, but this power, because I was only 14 and 15 years old, and the strength would come on me to be able to do these things and to hurt people. I was very zealous in my Satanism, and that power that comes from it, they believe that the higher you go up, you have authority, and then when you actually do go to hell, you won't burn. You won't burn in hell. You'll be in hell in positions of leadership, and that's what I was striving for, basically, leadership positions in hell.
But after years of devotion to Satan, David still felt empty.
And you try to fill this big God-shaped void, because this big God vacuums in you, and I try to fill it with sex, I try to fill it with drugs, I try to fill it with Satanism, religion. I tried to fill it with religion, and it wouldn't work. And I kept, and I'd be full for a little while. Hey, this is good. But then next thing you know, I sit back, I realize I got sex, I got drugs, I got violence, I got all these things, but I'm still empty inside. And I just felt I felt nothing. I felt useless.
One day, David was so low he wanted to die, and he was ready to go to hell. But a group of believers were praying for David, and every suicide attempt failed. You see, a Christian friend at school had asked David to go to church.
So I go there, this Church of God on Shanktake. I got my big black jacket on, I got my chains, and those people, they looked at me, they jumped up out of their seats, they come and they hugged my neck. They told me they loved me, told me they were praying for me. I had never seen anything like that in my life. It freaked me out, and I left.
David sank deeper into his dark world of drug abuse, and this illegal lifestyle led to an arrest.
So I said, well, I'm going to go down here to this open-air drug market and buy some more crack. I'm tripping. And the guy who sold me the crack was a cop and arrested me. I'm 18 years old. My girlfriend, she's pregnant, 3 months pregnant. Here I am facing prison. But this is my turning point, because I'm sitting in this jail cell and my hair is all matted and my mind is dry rotted. And this guy walks by and says, man, you need Jesus. And all of a sudden, just like I'm talking to you right now, Jesus said, David, you need me. Just like that. And I said, yes, Lord, I do. And I gave my heart to Jesus Christ that night. It's October 3rd, 1990, and I've been serving him ever since.
After he completed his jail time, David reconciled with his teenage wife, Loretta. And this one-time Satanist is now a minister of God.
That's my message, deliverance, Isaiah 61. He came to set captives free, open the eyes of the blind, not only physical, but, spiritually. People need that. They're bound in spiritual prisons of drugs and Satanism and immorality. And all they need is somebody to come scream in the window, hey man, get out of there. Your house is on fire.
And David has some advice for those involved in the occult.
The devil gives you all that power, but he'll let you down too. When you call upon him in situations that you really need him, he'll let you down. He always does. He gives you just enough to bring you to that place, where you're hooked in.
He thanks God daily for his wife and children, and David's deepest desire is to reach out to young people with the gospel.
I want to see young people saved and delivered. I want people to know that there's hope, no matter how far you've gone, no matter what you've done or how far you've been, that Jesus is still able.